thank you for coming in today. I appreciate you coming in and taking up your recess time to do this. I appreciate that. Today we are going to review what we've been talking about. We've been talking about organizational skills and study skills. And so we're going to review that really quickly, and then we're going to talk about some more study skills, and we're actually going to practice using those study skills so that you can go home and feel confident doing that at home. Okay? Before we get started, I'm going to go over our rules that we came up with together. Number 1, we work together to make a decision. Number 2, we all will work hard to be here and on time unless you're sick. We're going to be determined and we're going to work. We're all going to participate. We're going to help each other stay on task. Whatever happens or is said in our group stays in our group. That's part of confidentiality. And then keep your eyes on the person who's talking. We had to add that one because that was one thing that we realized that we needed to do. And then wait until the person is done talking to start speaking yourself. And we all signed it to say that we agree with these rules, right? Remember confidentiality, that whatever you say will stay between us and obviously our group, unless I feel like you're a harm to yourself, a harm to others, or the courts tell me that I have to. Okay? Are we all okay with that? Okay. Well, let's get started. We're going to review some of our organization skills, our study skills, and to do that, we're going to eat some M&Ms.
Yay!
But before we eat them, you're going to give me some information. So I'm going to give you each 3 M&Ms, and I want you to take, go ahead and take them, 3 different colors.
So it's like,
I washed my hands before.
it's basically a game of truth or dare.
You could kind of say that. I won't dare you to do anything.
Yeah, but it's like the truth part. Like we're always being asked the truth part. We have to pick the truth part. So
I like that.
Truth or truth.
Pick the
There you go.
colors.
So it's kind of like truth.
Yeah. There you go.
M&M truth.
Yeah,
M&M truth.
Okay. What you're going to do is whatever color you got, you're going to share this information with us. Okay, who would like to go first? Okay, Parker, what colors do you have?
I have blue, brown, and green.
Okay, blue first. Tell us one organization skill you feel you might need some extra practice in and why.
Keeping my binder clean because it's like always messy.
Okay, so that's one thing that you want to work on. How many else their binders are kind of messy and that's one thing that you want to work on? So maybe, and you feel like yours is organized?
No, because people keep on kicking it and throwing it.
Okay, that helps not stay organized. So maybe, what can we do to help that out? Maybe help Parker and all of us. What can we do to make sure that people don't kick it?
We could keep it on our tables.
Okay. Do you think that's a good suggestion?
Yeah.
Maybe keep it on a table.
Or if you need it off,
Hold on, just a second.
or if you need it off your table, then you could just put it on the chair that's empty.
Okay.
What if there's not a chair that's empty?
Okay, so put on a chair that's empty. Okay, that's a good idea.
You could like keep it somewhere very safe.
Okay.
Your bag.
Okay, maybe keep it in your bag so it's safe.
I'm not sure about this one. This is more like a sillier idea, but I'm not exactly sure. But I think it might help. Maybe you can like keep it on your lap, or you might sit on it.
Okay, sit on it, be a little bit higher. Okay, but that would help so that people don't kick it. Okay.
And it might keep your stuff all down. Like let's say some stuff has a habit of falling out, you just sit on it.
Yeah. Okay, that's a good idea.
To sit on my binder.
Okay, but there are some other suggestions that you could use. Those are good suggestions. Good. What other color do you have?
Brown.
Brown. How you feel about organization after our lessons together?
Very good because it's like helping me get more situated.
Okay, so you feel good about it? Does anybody else feel good about the organization?
I do.
Good. Okay, and the last one is green. Tell us one organization skill that you're using that you feel that you're doing good at.
Writing down what I have for homework and what I need to do.
Awesome.
Because like it's kind of hard because I have to do everything at once.
Okay. So that helps keep you organized and know what you're supposed to do. Does anybody else do that before you leave?
I have something better.
I write it down on a piece of paper.
Great. That's a great idea. Okay. Franklin, you want to go next? Yeah. Okay. Thank you, Parker, for sharing. Okay, what color do you have?
Red, yellow, and blue.
Okay, red.
You just stepped on it.
One thing, that's okay. That's okay. I'll get you in that one. Okay, tell us one thing you learned about your study habits through the PowerPoint. What one thing you learned about your study habits?
Having study habits is actually a good thing because then you remember the whole thing. Then you don't have to always just sit there, study, and just sometimes have a breakdown or meltdown.
Okay, so it helps you not have a meltdown.
Yeah,
That's good.
I
And
usually
remember
have
your.
that, and I usually punch things.
Okay, so
So do I.
since you learned the study habits, you feel like you've been better about that? Awesome. And you get frustrated too, but you
when
feel
I don't understand, it's
okay. So you feel like learning your study habits has helped? Okay, awesome. Thank you for sharing. Good. Next color, do you have something else to add?
Study habits are also good. I think this just might help with oh no, it's Christian. That they're good because they help you just plain like be good at studying. And I'm gonna have to keep holding on to this.
That's okay. So they help you be a better studier and keep studying. Okay, good. I know they get melty. Sorry about that. Okay, next, red. That is what we did. Yellow. Your favorite study idea from our discussion yesterday. Remember, we came up with some ideas. What was your favorite idea that you took to heart, kind of?
You know how you're doing social studies and everything? Okay, the states are just underline the letters. Then, but in the region that we're doing right now, it's basically just going in alphabetical order.
Okay, so putting them in alphabetical order, that was one thing that helped?
And sometimes whenever I'm really mad at those really, 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 really long tests in North Carolina, which I had, they were over 200 questions, which I got used to. So, what I usually did was looking at the thing where to see which is the best answers. But whenever I did that the best answer that I thought it was somehow got taken over.
Okay. Well, that's a good test-taking strategy that we're going to get to next.
Yeah.
So that's good that I will have some ideas from Franklin. That's great. Okay, next is blue. One organization skill you feel you might need some extra practice in.
I think, well, there's like a couple. I think it's mostly science because whenever I'm doing science, I feel like all of the others are just going like, hey, keep on going, just keep on going. Because they keep on pushing me, as in like, not like shoving or something.
Right.
They're like, just do it, come on.
Okay, so what would be an organization skill that you might need to work on then? But science is a subject, so what would be the organization part that would help you with science?
Well, I don't know.
Does
I have
anybody
an idea.
Okay, great. Go ahead and
What
share.
I like to do when I have science, like the current project is wind energy. When I do it, I think like I try to picture what's happening in my head, and it makes me like want to do it because I think my stuff is pretty interesting. My group is wind energy.
Okay, so you're organizing in your head, the information in your head so that you prepare for it. And so would that help kind of preparing yourself for it a little bit?
Whenever I'm doing water, the others just misspelled all the words, and I'm like, dude, because Cotter spelled, instead of toilet, he spelled toilet.
Oh, okay.
I was laughing.
So how could you organize to kind of help with that when you're working with a group?
Well, whenever they get a word wrong, you know the mouse that you have, guess what? I held the left click, they're like, oh.
And that helps.
Because it says actually the right word.
Yeah.
Okay, so staying organized by having special skills to help you get through something quicker. Great. All right, John, let's go next. Orange?
Yep.
Okay, tell us one way that you're going to make your home a better study skills area. Let's make sure we're listening to our friends, okay?
I will get a spot where I'll study and actually sit there and study, so I won't cramp or something.
Okay, so what kind of spot? Where would that be?
Probably on a desk.
Okay, and a desk. Great. Does anybody else study at a desk at home?
Nope.
I have it's like a desk. It's more like a computer table.
Okay, and you don't?
Uh-uh.
Where do you study?
I study in my room because I have carpet
Okay.
and there's lots of light. 'Cause
Okay.
my window and my light.
Great. So you study in a car, but you study at a computer desk.
No,
Do you study at a desk?
in North Carolina, I did, but we had this special thing called monster points when we were in first grade.
Mm-hmm.
Whenever you did something right, you got a point. Well, it was always our goal to get to 100 points.
Okay. But let's make sure we're staying on
Yeah.
topic, okay?
Because
Can we stay on topic, please? Thank you. Okay. Do you have a place? You said in North Carolina you had a desk, but do you have a desk here?
well, what I would say as my desk is a chest or a table, because most of the space in the house is taken up.
Okay, great. Okay, just a reminder, let's make sure, I know this is getting a little long, but let's make sure that we're keeping eye contact with the speaker. Okay, bless you. Okay, what is your next color?
Brown.
Brown. How you feel about your organization after our lessons today? Tell us how you feel.
Pretty good.
You feel good? Bless you. How do you mean by that? Explain that a little bit. Pretty good.
Like, what do you mean? Like,
How do you feel? Just explain that you feel pretty good. What does that mean, pretty good? What do you think, what makes you feel pretty
Like-
good?
how I'm organized and how I put the papers in the right folder. It's pretty good to stay organized. How I wasn't organized when I wasn't in this group.
Okay, so you feel like you're more prepared now and that makes you feel good?
Yeah.
Awesome. I like to hear that. Did we get all your colors? Or do you have one more?
One more.
Red?
Red.
Okay. Tell us one thing you learned about your study habits through our PowerPoint discussion that we had.
I learned that when your binder is like unorganized or messy, then you can always like clean it and like put stuff in the right folder and
Yeah.
organize it.
Okay. So you know that you can do that now?
Mm-hmm.
And does it help you with studying? Yeah. Okay, great. All right, thank you for sharing. All right, you're up.
I had yellow, blue, and green.
Okay, all right, and I'll get you new ones. Okay. Okay, so blue. Tell us one organization skill you find that you found you might need some more practice on.
Organizing
Just
my
kinda put 'em
binder because it's still a little messy. It was better than before, sure, but I just think I need a little more practice.
Okay, so it's getting better, but you just need a little bit more practice on it.
And then for green, I
Okay,
think,
green. Tell us one organization skill you feel that is going well and why.
Well, one of the things I feel is going well is like me just like having a specific spot for my homework and things because it helps me get it done better. Because I feel like if I realized when I had like this one spot like all over the place, I tended to leave things there.
Okay.
So that's one of the reasons why I was doing so bad in homework.
So you know where everything is. If it's in one spot, you know where everything is. Does anybody else have one spot that you have all your studying? You said your room.
Mhm.
Great. Do you guys have one spot? No, you go all over, but it's okay. You still stay organized. How about you, Franklin? Do you have one spot or more than one?
I only have, multiple.
Okay, but you still feel like you're organized? Okay, great. What's your next one?
Yellow.
Yellow.
The one that's
Tell us your favorite study idea from our discussion yesterday.
mine because it actually helps me. That's why I like it because it helped me so much. That's one of the main reasons why I brought it up.
Okay, what was it?
It was when I repeat whatever I'm supposed to be doing to the beat of the song I was listening to.
Gentlemen, let's make sure we're staying focused on it. Okay, thank you. Okay, so doing the beat of the song that helps you stay focused. Awesome. All right, thank you for sharing your ideas. Those are great. I'm glad that we're seeing that we're progressing. And I'm also glad that we have recognized some things that we might need to still work on. And that's okay, because that means that we're still growing, that we've worked on them, but we know that what we can do to get better, right? That's good. Okay. Well, now we're going to go over the suggestions that we came up with. Thank you.
Yeah.
That we came up with yesterday to help us with study skills. So if you're a doer, yesterday we came up with that you could do puzzles, you can run laps or do an activity, you could take multiple breaks, you can do something to refresh your mind a little bit, you can get up and move, you can draw, you can do paintings, all of those that were some study skills that you came up with yesterday that would help you if you were a doer to study. Some places that you could study are outside, in the kitchen, the break room, or the park. And most of those were because we wanted to take some breaks. Okay? So those sound good to you? Okay? If you were a seer, we came up with taking notes would help you be better at studying. You would read through a couple times, read through your notes a little bit times so you would see it. And you said that you would need to study by the window so you can see things. You would have a lot of light so that you can actually see it. You would need to go into the bedroom because you have a good light. Somebody said that there's a good light in your bedroom. And the library because there's a lot of light and a lot of resources that you could see. Those are great suggestions. And then if you were a hearer, you said that you could listen to music, that background music helped you stay focused. Or you could put things to the beat of the song to help you remember. You could write songs and help you stay organized like that. You could listen to Russian songs. I know you said that listening to Russian songs helped you stay focused. You could have somebody read something aloud to you, to study, to read aloud to you. You could hear it back, so you could maybe record it and hear it back to yourself. Some places to study was a room with a radio, so you could have that music. A room with a desk, a room that echoed so you could hear it back to you, and maybe a wooden chest was a good place to study. So those are some suggestions that you came up with yesterday. But what we're going to do today is we're going to actually practice putting these study skills to work, okay? So we already have our groups. You guys were the hearers. And you guys were the doers. And after our survey that we took, we realized that that's what our study skills were, right? So I'm going to give you guys this one, and you can take suggestions from there. And I'm going to give you guys this one, and you can take suggestions from there. And what you're going to do, your task is you're going to study for the Southwest region quiz, okay, the quiz, yep. And what you're going to do is you're trying to figure out these states that make up the Southwest region. Now you're going to take your doing study skills and do something to help you study. Also think about the room that you would do it in. And then you guys are going to be a hearer, and you're going to study by hearing, and you're going to come up with something that would help you hear it to remember so that you're prepared for your test, okay? So I'm going to give you about 2 or 3 minutes to prepare. Get as much done as you can. Yep, you can eat your M&Ms. Do as much as you can, and then we'll come back together and we'll share, okay? Here you go. If you need some colored pencils or scissors, they're over here. Here you go. Go ahead and get started. Just go ahead and go right behind your chairs right there. That will give you enough space, okay? There you go. Be careful because it's opened at the bottom. There you go. Thank you. Okay.
We need colored pencils and scissors. Whoa. There's a hole.
Alright, take a look at the list and see what you guys want to come up with.
These are in the colors.
I like to repeat the words.
We'll fill this one into red because it's really hot in Texas.
This one has the best.
I like
It's a real song. I can pick a real song that
But
actually.
mostly has
I like
candy.
writing
Just make
songs.
sure.
I rate this one. Writing songs, learning the
So
songs.
this is Mountain Area would be like.
How about we combine our ideas?
Go through here mostly.
Oh, so you make up the learning song, and then like we just like.
Like right here.
So you guys remembering by the landforms that are in
So
there?
these are our choices. We
Great.
can combine them, or we can each do 2 separate our ideas.
So
You could combine
we
them.
could do this.
So I could
Across
combine
planes.
mine and we
And
could
I'll just
combine
color in
yours.
where all the
What'd you guys come up with?
We're trying to because we
We
both
have
like
combined
different.
it.
We're
Okay.
combining these 2 together.
Okay, so you're going to write a song and repeat the words
Yeah.
to a beat?
And this is making me nervous because I'm not exactly sure I like to sing out loud unless
Oh,
music.
okay. Do you want to just say the words to it? Would that help? You don't have to sing it, just say it.
I'm more better at it when there's like the entire. It's just by myself, and
Okay.
I'm doing this. That I'm doing this like. It kind of makes me like get a little. It's like
So, would you feel better if you just told us what you're doing instead of showing us?
Yeah.
Okay, that's fine. That will work with me. That's okay.
Now I know that
So like,
Arizona
are we able to
is
cut
real
them
hot.
out like
whatever you want to do, just talk to your partner. You have about
Wait.
about 2 more
We're
minutes,
seeing
okay?
slash theory, we can like cut them out and sing the words to it. Sing what it's called.
Okay, that's good.
So we could cut them out. Right?
So Colorado,
Okay, so you
Like,
do you want to be
I
the
think
one
that
to
Colorado's like hot or cold.
I am.
you want to be the one to hold it up?
It can be hot and cold.
Yeah, because whenever it's nighttime, whenever you're in the desert,
Let's. Do you want to color them in
It
just for
could
fun?
get cold.
So we could like mix a blue and a red together.
Okay. So doing this coloring is helping you remember and tell me
Yeah.
how.
Because we know that the plains are right here, so it's gonna be like grassy. But
we
all the other and like
And we know the desert would be the
Okay.
desert is mostly the hot area, but we need to put this more in desert.
Okay. How is it helping you remember the states? Because remember this quiz is on the states. So how is it helping you remember the states?
Well,
It's alright.
if you go after the big
Gonna
one
cut you.
first, and like I said, alphabetical order
A little.
would help you, because whenever you
Would you rather
underline
me be the one to
letters,
cut
all
it
you
or
have to
no?
do is
No.
combine them.
Texas is my favorite state because I was born there.
Okay. And that helps you remember doing that.
I know this because
Look,
I
only have
I know
3 states left.
after this we're gonna know what the temperatures are.
Okay.
And I'm gonna remember what the names are of
Because
the
of the
temperature.
temperature. Okay. As long as it works for you, it
And
works
I know
for me.
this is obvious.
And also, New Mexico is
Cut off the
near
little
here. I know
panhandle
that.
thing.
Oh, right.
Which they have the Gulf of Mexico.
Like
Okay.
right
And
here.
that helps you remember.
No.
Okay. As long as it helps you remember it, I'm
Like
good
it's
with
hot
it.
right here.
Yeah, and that's
We're making like puzzle
I know it's
flashcards.
really hot
Okay.
right here.
So
And
what
then
we
it's really
decided
hot
to do
in the
was
lower.
we decided to cut them out and use them as flashcards.
Yeah.
Parker will hold them up
Actually, it's
and I'll sing their names out loud.
because
Yeah. So
sometimes the
that's
stories
another
just
way.
way
So I like go
Okay,
like
now
pull one
now
out
you see
each
a
time
blue
and
with
she'll sing them.
So you're mixing the
I'm
scene
gonna hold
and the
blue and
hearing.
red
Yeah.
Okay.
together.
That
We're
works
just
for
gonna
me
leave
as
it
long
around
as that
there.
works for you.
I think I might try that at home.
Okay. Good. I like that. I like to hear
Is
that.
this blue?
So I.
Good.
Do you have anyone to hold it up for
I'm
you?
glad you're applying.
Yeah.
This is how I'm gonna do it.
My
You
dad.
guys should
Okay,
do it
we're
to,
gonna
like,
come
right
back
here.
together so you can explain to the boys what you're doing. Okay, you don't have to actually do it if you don't want to. You can actually
want to
just,
do this.
I want
just
to.
share.
We want
All right, bring it back over.
Okay.
Okay, you guys want to bring it over and you can explain to the girls what you are doing. Does that
Yeah.
sound good? Okay, come on over.
Where do you want me to put like this stuff?
Just
Okay, we'll just leave this right
And
here.
put it
That's fine. Thank you.
I mean, go over there.
We'll just do this. We'll just do the rest.
That's okay. You can just explain to them what you're doing.
Can I do it?
Oh, who would like to go first? Okay, girls, tell us what you're
girls
doing.
always go
Just
first.
hold it out and I'll just sing the name. Just hold one second and I'll sing the name.
Oh,
You're supposed to like take it out, like you set one down and like you take it out and show them. Oh, Oklahoma, Texas, Arizona, New Mexico.
Okay, so tell us what you guys did.
I held up the states and she sang them.
Okay, so what two study skills did you do?
Sing and hearing.
Okay, so you saw it and you heard it. Awesome. Did you guys catch that when they were doing it?
Yeah, I was-
Good job.
When I heard them singing, I was like, So you go, Oklahoma, or Texas, and Arizona, then New Mexico.
Awesome. So you put in a little hearing too. You could do that when you get home and study too. Awesome. All right, go ahead and share what you guys did.
We did like this, like we know like where the hot and cold things. If we could have finished this, then we would have memorized the states by how hot, by how many red spots there is, and how where the hot stuff is, and we'll know that it gets really cold and sometimes really hot in New Mexico, but up here there's like it gets hot, but just not as hot.
Okay. And so doing that helps you remember the states. Awesome. Okay, you guys came up with some great suggestions today. And I like that Franklin applied something that Sandra did that you could do. And actually, you're even doing some seeing there too, which I really like. So you guys did a great job. So make sure that you take that home and apply what we just did and what you learned, okay? So next time when we come back, we're going to switch gears and we're going to go to test taking strategy since we have Iowa assessments coming up, so that we feel like we're prepared for that,
Can
okay?
I have one more in a minute? Because remember, mine fell before when I switched.
Yes, I told you I would get up for
Okay,
you. I
I'm just
promise
making
I will.
sure.
Yes, thank you for reminding me. Okay, thank you for coming in today. Have a good night.
Bye.